If they pick the wrong GC, that's a big issue because, I've taken over a couple of projects from GCs that mess things up. There's guys who are unlicensed, they say that they are, and the homeowner didn't do their due diligence to actually check them out and make sure that they have the proper insurance and everything. And I heard these horror stories of the homeowners giving, $50,000 to a contractor and they just took off, those kinds of things. Educating them up front about the selection process for a general contractor, and kind of ties into the former question about pitfalls, identifying those things and just giving them fair warning about kind of what to do and how to do it right regarding selecting somebody. And they really like that advice, and they usually hire me because I'm aware of those things and they were not aware at all.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Real Estate Pros podcast. I'm your host, Michelle Kessel, and today I'm joined by someone that I'm looking forward to connecting with, Clark Brooks, who is a general contractor in the Orange County area. So excited to have you on the show today, Clark.
Yeah, thanks. Great to be here.
Yeah, absolutely. I think our listeners are really going to take something away from how you're approaching creating a one-stop shop with your contracting business. So let's dive in. First off, for those not yet familiar with you and your work, can you share what your main focus is these days?
Main focus is basically remodeling in Orange County, and we can also build homes from the ground up. We've done that. So mostly residential construction.
Awesome. And what have been some of the main keys that have allowed your business to be able to run smoothly?
Well, we have a pretty good echelon of management regarding site supervisors and foremen, and we've pretty much been able to dial in the building process with subcontractors and in-house tradesmen. So we're able to control cost, speed, and quality. So that's been pretty good for our operations. And an extensive network and networking with realtors and other people related to the real estate industry, and word of mouth, combination of word of mouth and marketing has been helping some.
Absolutely. How did you get started as a contractor?
Well, actually, when I graduated in September 2008 from Boston University, I graduated into the Great Recession with a dual degree from corporate finance and corporate entrepreneurship from BU. And so that was kind of difficult. I did land in finance for about 3 years. I was a financial advisor, and I had my Series 7, 6, 63, all that stuff. But it was struggling. It was very difficult when you're 22 to try and sell somebody in their 60s who just lost millions of dollars to help them with their financial planning. And then I had a girlfriend at the time, and her mother was going to remodel her house, and she came to me basically and asked if I'd be interested in remodeling her home because I was looking to get out of finance. It just wasn't working. And I said, sure. And so I figured it out. I physically worked with the tradesmen that I was hiring, the subcontractors, and started figuring it out from there and just kept taking it forward and forward. And now we've built homes, we do major remodels, and have my license and everything. So
Awesome. That's so cool that you were able to learn a new skill just like that.
Yep, pretty handy.
Yeah. So what are some of the ways that your specific company is unique compared to other contractors?
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
Yeah, so regarding here in Southern California, a big thing that we're pretty good at is Hillside work. So that's the first bullet point of about 3 or 4 regarding our specialties. A lot of GCs don't like doing that stuff, or they don't have the subs or even the experience doing it. So whether it's caissons and drilling and retaining walls and grade beams, we're pretty good at that stuff. And there's a lot of good views here in Orange County. Probably 25% of the homes or more are on a slope. So that's pretty unique that we offer that service, and we're doing that. Then also value engineering is a big thing that we do. So value engineering is the concept or idea of controlling costs and quality together. So we work very closely with the engineers and the architects from the beginning. We're very heavily involved in the beginning of the process before permits, during the design, to control that cost, speed, and implementation so there are less hiccups down the line. And we can actually get more construction from my company than we can with others because of that value engineering, that we can stretch the dollars more. Oh, clients really like that one. And then also we're a one-stop shop. There's some companies that claim to be design, build, one-stop shop, but a lot of them kind of fall short on that concept. But from just the initial idea of even siting a property, whether it's land or home, we can be involved in the beginning and done that many a times, all the way to turnkey projects being done and the keys to that project. So that's a lot of clients like that. And then also that I'm the main point of contact. So as the owner of this company and the prime general contractor, that's very rare. Usually clients get passed off to a project manager or project coordinator, where I am the single point of contact. I'm always around, constantly there with the clients. So they really like that as well.
Amazing. That is pretty awesome that you guys are able to offer such a unique approach to the contracting work that, so many people that I talk to on this show often struggle with finding the right contractors. It seems to be one of the bottlenecks for investors. So it's good to hear that you guys are able to resolve a lot of those issues. How do you work with investors in particular?
Well, if an investor comes to me and they want to flip a home, then we'll do a job walk, obviously, and then we'll sit down together and I will write up, the general scope of work and where I see the pricing generally landing for all the trades. And then I can actually advise them, hey, it's not worth doing an ADU over here, put it over here. It's not on a slope. So I start advising them where to put their dollars to get the most bang for the buck, let's say, and highest rate of return. And they like that because GCs don't really offer that advice and they're not too savvy with construction. I mean, they're familiar with it, but really, is it outdoor kitchens that gets the most rate of return? Is it square footage that wins the day? They know those things to a degree, but implementing it is kind of its own process. And I started advising them on the construction, the timeline, all that. So they like that comprehensive approach to putting their money in the most efficient place. So it's kind of flippers. And then also land developers. I'm talking to 2 right now about some sizable developments, over 100 homes in each of those, and advising them on the utilities, Southern California Edison, the waste management, getting all of the MEPs there before they even break ground, and then doing a 3-tiered analysis, A, B, and C, of the viability of building single-family homes, townhomes, or apartment homes, and which one would really work. And that's advice that they said they've never even received. So that's kind of cool to be able to work with them and get that positive feedback.
Yeah, that's great to be able to consult with them and support them with the right advice on their journey. Are there any particular education gaps that you often find that investors aren't aware of that you see yourself supporting them with?
Maybe California-specific things regarding employment law. If they hire just a handyman, if they give them over $600, they're supposed to have a license. So I kind of tell them about potential pitfalls of them avoiding those things and being able to vet the right tradesman, whoever they are, whether handyman or GC or whatever. So they like getting that advice, and because they're not too familiar with it. And so, we've gotten some positive feedback telling about pitfalls, about employment law is kind of the big one.
Yeah, Absolutely. That makes sense. What are you most focusing on solving or scaling to next in your business?
If you're looking for consistent, high quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency, it's the most sophisticated, data driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
We have pretty good capacity. We could do 5 to 6 multi-million-dollar projects at once. So we've got that pretty dialed in. My dream is to do $100 million a year in 15 to 25 custom homes, if that's where we land, or we'll do intermittent commercial stuff. So that's my dream. So scaling to that point is going to take a while, but we'll be able to do it. So yeah, what was the second part of the question?
What are you most focused on solving or scaling to next?
Yeah, solving. Yeah, so that kind of answers the scaling part. So solving is, it's kind of a constant thing. Always finding good tradesmen. And we have a really good depth and breadth of quality subcontractors already. But if we're going to start scaling, that's a problem that's going to start popping up, that we're going to have to find more guys that are qualified. And I say that's kind of a current problem, always finding good subs and getting the phone to consistently ring and go through projects. But we have the building process pretty dialed in. It's kind of the marketing thing that we're really trying to solve right now.
Yeah, absolutely. What are some common obstacles that most people find themselves in once they start working with contractors that you kind of support people with and guide them through on this journey?
If they pick the wrong GC, that's a big issue because, I've taken over a couple of projects from GCs that mess things up. There's guys who are unlicensed, they say that they are, and the homeowner didn't do their due diligence to actually check them out and make sure that they have the proper insurance and everything. And I heard these horror stories of the homeowners giving, $50,000 to a contractor and they just took off, those kinds of things. Educating them up front about the selection process for a general contractor, and kind of ties into the former question about pitfalls, identifying those things and just giving them fair warning about kind of what to do and how to do it right regarding selecting somebody. And they really like that advice, and they usually hire me because I'm aware of those things and they were not aware at all. I give them all the documentation right up front, so they like that as well.
Yeah, that's important. What are some things that ensure a project goes to plan and runs smoothly?
That is the number one thing, is change orders just chew up tons of time and tons of money. And then when we're going through the entire project, the client's wondering why it's costing so much. And I document all those things and then hand them the change orders as to why. And so they know, that is like the number one thing that just adds a lot of time and money. But with me specifically, we're actually able to nowadays reduce a lot of that by doing 3D renderings up front. They see it in full color, and artificial intelligence is helping with that as well. So they know and they can see what's going to be built, and that reduces change orders. Then also there's a company here in Orange County that provides walkthroughs. And it's a huge warehouse, and they put the floor plan on the floor, and the clients can walk the entire home to feel the space if it meets their needs. So that reduces change orders dramatically. So kind of those two, really being able to see it and visually, and then being able to physically walk it before anything is built, that's huge.
Yeah, that's really cool that you can do that with technology these days.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And also virtual reality glasses, the Oculus glasses. We have those too, and they can actually do a fly. It's called a fly through. They can go through the entire home as well. So we do that also.
Awesome. So I know you mentioned you're a one-stop shop. What does that actually mean? Can you expand on that?
Yeah. So if somebody is, I actually have a potential client meeting tomorrow. The guy hasn't bought the home yet. He's putting in an offer on a house in the city of Orange. And I'm going to walk through with him and his realtor and advise him on what can be done, the cost, the duration, all that, so that they can stay in their current home while the work is being done. So one-stop shop, that's literally in the beginning. They don't even have the house, the parcel, the land, nothing yet. And then I'm going to do all the permits. I'm going to bring all the engineers and architects and designers on board that we need. I also do in-house design as well. So we have the capability. And so every team member that's needed, the geologists, the MEP engineers, the energy engineers, I have all those resources available, and we've done it enough times that we know how it goes. And so that's very important in the beginning process with the design and the permitting. Also, with my experience, I'm able to identify things that the cities and the governments are going to want to see on the plans. And I heavily scrutinize those plans as I'm involved the whole time, developing them with everyone. And that reduces corrections, because corrections with the city permitting department take forever. So you want just maybe 2 back and forth, 2 to 3 or so. That's about it. You want the shortest list possible. So that really beginning stage is really big for us being a one-stop shop. And then we'll do the obvious actual construction. And then we can also help with the furniture at the end. We have moving companies. We can get all that stuff in there from start to finish. We can provide everything.
Amazing. That is so helpful. Yeah. I'm sure the less touch points that people have to go through, the easier and simpler it becomes.
Definitely, yeah. Construction doesn't have to be painful.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
Yeah. I know you're particularly in the Orange County market. Why would that market be the right fit for investors that are looking for new projects?
Investment here is a little bit tough. The Pacific Palisades fire actually created this big migration, and it displaced over 400,000 people, and it added additional pressure into the real estate market for quite a while, and they're still here. So, they obviously lost their homes. So pricing here in Orange County has increased. But actually a couple bullet points that are good about Orange County is there's a lot of aging homes. So a lot of homes are built all the way from the early 1900s up until the 1970s. Even the ones in the 80s now that were developed by the Irvine Company, they are aging, and their useful life is hitting its peak. So I would say that, the age of a lot of the homes around here is helping to spur investment in remodeling, basically. That's one thing. And there's also a lot of realtors per listing. So I've heard this statistic, I don't know if it's true, that there's up to 1,000 realtors per listing in Orange County, which is a lot. But what that also means is that you have a lot of people to contact, that investors could really talk to a lot of realtors, and that have their ear to the ground to be able to identify a property that's maybe a pocket listing that's not on the MLS yet. So I've done a couple of those, and that worked out pretty well. So whether it's pocket listings, lots of realtors they can talk to, the homes that are aging in place, I would say that kind of those factors are adding into the viability of investing here. Oh, and also clean streets, low crime, good governance helps, because bad governance is actually a tax. So since we have really good governance here, that helps a lot in the investment arena regarding real estate, because then people actually want to live here. So it makes it more popular when you remodel a home and invest in it.
Yeah, amazing. Thank you for sharing that. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, and that's kind of a struggle with what happened with those natural disasters, but hopefully
Mhm.
things start to balance out soon.
Mhm.
Awesome. When it comes to growing your business, whether that's through networking or relationship building, what are some tools that have made the biggest difference for you?
Yeah, a big one is relationship building. So, as an example, I offer a 10-year workmanship warranty on all of our projects, which is not required by the government or anything. That's only a 1-year requirement. So, offering that 10-year warranty, clients like, and we don't have really any quality control issues with our projects. But if for some reason something goes wrong, they can call me. I answer the phone. I schedule the repair very quickly at no cost to them. So they like that. And that ties into the relationship building, that I have relationships with clients for the long term. They're almost like family. It's sort of, we joke around and we have a good time, and they've invited me to personal events and everything, and it's great. So good relationships with our current clients, and going to be future clients. And then relationship building with kind of realtors and these associations. I've joined about a dozen of them this year in 2025, and starting to foster those in-person relationships seems to be working. So they are referring me to projects So I'm seeing that work for the first time. That's very interesting to do that. So
Yeah, that's amazing. Relationships are everything in this space, and it's really cool what kind of connections you can make from just going out and meeting the people in your in-person network.
yeah, it's definitely interesting. Everyone has a very interesting perspective on real estate. So it's good to see.
Is there a common perspective that you see, I guess, for where things are currently?
Yeah, one thing that keeps coming up is affordability. Everybody
Mhm.
keeps talking about it because I'm a millennial, so I'm interacting with other millennials, and they're wondering if they can ever be homeowners. And we're discussing what can be done about it, how to address it, how to control it. That comes back to the value engineering concept of construction, anyways. And then also interacting with a lot of realtors about the pocket listing idea, that it's not a feeding frenzy in the bidding. You don't get into a bidding war. So kind of knowing realtors is helping with that and be a little bit more affordable. But that seems to be the common thing that everybody's interested in solving, and it keeps coming up as a pain point with everyone. Yeah, kind of almost no matter what their age is. So that was a common theme I keep seeing over and over, and I'm providing some solutions to a degree. And maybe with these bigger investors, with these land development things, we're trying to see if it's possible to build homes that are semi-custom, but they kind of look custom, that are just not $1,000 a square foot, a
Right.
couple $100 a square foot. We're trying to work on that.
Amazing. That's a good opportunity and something that's really needed. Awesome. So before we wrap up here, if someone wants to reach out, connect, collaborate, learn more from you, where can people find you?
Yeah, my website is iCraftsmanship.com. So innovative craftsmanship. And so that's our main website. I put a lot of time into that one. But also I'm on almost 50 websites now. So I'm all over the internet. That's Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, all the social media stuff, including house.com and other ones. So pretty easy to find me. So they can find me on the internet, and then my phone number's on their email. So pretty easy to contact us. Mhm.
Perfect. Well, I appreciate your time, your story, and your perspective. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It was great.
Of course. And for the listeners tuning into the show, if you got value from this, make sure you've subscribed. We have more conversations with operators like Clark who are building real businesses. We'll see you on our next episode.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.